Good evening. Hello, my dear friends. I hope you can hear me and you can see me well. I have missed you a lot and I'm really glad to see you this evening. Please confirm in the comments that you can see me and you can hear me. And I was I was here reading the comments and I want to start with the words that I love you very, very much, your sense of humor, your stories, and we are here with the best ever team or crew of troll hunters and super close friends of mine, our moderators. By the way, what are the names we can use to describe this very strong and beautiful team? I would like your ideas in the comments, but first of all, I want to thank Martin, Spencer, Rudy, and Philip for that guidance and guardian that they give me and all of us, and also Michael, who does a lot of hard work on Discord too. So I'm really happy to see you. And I'm really happy that we have our team. Greetings to Italy. I love this tradition of ours. Greetings to Alaska and to the Netherlands and to Portugal and to Skane Ost and to Scotland and to many, many beautiful places from which you are watching us. Before the Saskatchewan, before Iman offered. This sounds very like futuristic. We have to substitute, we have to substitute Elon Musk with something better. The future has to be different than the one he offers, and that's why we definitely need it. Greetings to Virginia and Budapest and Finland and Sydney, Australia. And when I was reading the comments, I know there are people from Indonesia watching us. So greetings to Indonesia. It must be morning, same as New Zealand, Costa Rica. Hola. I know that you live in a very beautiful country that has everything, mountains, sea. Greetings to Denmark and Chicago. And thank you so much for all of your good words. And today we have, hello, sister AJ. I'm really happy to see you, and Run Forest, and David, and of course, Michael. It's Sunday, 19th January already on the other side of the world. And here we still have the 18th. Greetings to Francois from beautiful Nice. And Shabona Lake, France, Paul, hello to you and all yours. And once again, greetings to New Zealand, a country I would love to visit, but I'm sure whenever I come, I will be very drunk because, I am afraid of flying, like not very afraid. I already fly and I fly a lot, but I always consume alcohol aboard a plane. And when you have to fly to New Zealand, you have to drink a lot because it's really far away. Greetings to London Oblast. And let's start with our very important and very beautiful conversation about the start of 2025. Greetings to Nottingham. Which is very problematic, very tough for Russia. And I'm happy that I say it without any exaggeration because I must confess, I prepare the topics for our videos during the day, reading the news, listening to people around me, and trying to convey what here in Ukraine we consider the most important, the most interesting for you. And thank you so much, Russell. You have a beautiful second name, Whiskey. I don't know if it's real or not, but cheers to New York Oblast. It's not whiskey, it's lemonade, but thank you so much. And Pat, hello to Michigan. And so I am sure that many of you have noticed that typically in my daily videos, I tell you about the things that we consider of top importance on that particular day in Ukraine. That's why our YouTube channel, once again, is not a classical channel from my perspective, but a community, because I don't think about just videos that will work in a year or two. I simply share what we here in Ukraine consider most prominent in that day. And what is very important, thank you so much, Oms, and cheers with lemonade. And what I like here is that, first of all, you will not find a lot of information about Russian failures in English speaking media. And I'm always surprised that like people can focus on problems that we have. We have a lot, since Russia is our neighbor like for 300 centuries already. And of course, they target us, they destroy us, they try to capture more land, but they also experience a huge number of problems. And it is tremendously worse for them since the start of the full scale invasion. They definitely did not expect such a tide and such a failure. And that is why I am like genuinely surprised that people may focus on how many problems Russia brings to Ukraine, so let's appease Russia, and at the same time do not notice all these fires, explosions, destructions, and a very, very definite and very consistent process of demilitarization of Russia, which actually lasts. So we can officially say that the beginning of 2025 was quite hellish for Russia. I don't know, let me know in the comments if such um, adjective exists. But this is definitely what Russia experiences right now, because there is fire, there is very hot temperature, there are detonations and explosions, and yeah, hellish is good, Michael confirms. And by the way, I'm very grateful whenever you introduce me to our to interesting words in the English language, and that's actually like always interesting. I'm never offended if you correct me, so feel free to do that. Of course, I love interesting things, not like very picky, because sometimes when I speak, it's not a mistake, but like slip of the tongue. You know that even if you're in your native language, you make mistakes. I even think that I make less mistakes in my English, at least I try, than in my Ukrainian. And thank you so much, Joe, and greetings to New Mexico. So I am honestly, genuinely surprised that so few newspapers speak about these failures and disasters in Russia. And this is very important. And that's why I keep asking, and our team of moderators keeps asking about sharing these videos, because those people who do not follow events in my part of the world, who do not care about it, but sometimes have to reason, have to make some conclusions or decisions, they make this decision based on the information they see in their media. And what do they see? They see that, oh my God, Ukraine is in trouble. That's a good country, but there is nothing they can do. Russia keeps destroying them, so we should stop Russia at any price. And maybe this is the price of Ukrainian territories, Ukrainian people, because there is nothing we can do. But these people, they make their conclusions, once again, based on the articles they can read. And many, many, many media ignore the information about these huge fires, of the fact that Russia itself is a war-torn zone. You know, I like it a lot how Nail encourages all of us to like the video. This actually helps to make it more visible once again and to debunk these fakes that Russia has. And so one of the things that I want to like focus on is that a quote that I actually recently had in one of Ukrainian YouTubers whom I watch, Vitaly Portnikov, and He said that right now, when you think about the largest territory in the world that is under constant attacks of drones, that is with fires and destructions, it's not Ukraine, it's Russia. It is Russia. This week began, greetings to Slovenia. This week began with the massive attack of Ukrainian drones, attention please, on 12 Russian regions. And Russia is big. These 12 Russian regions, to some extent, may be equal to 12 like EU countries. I am sorry, I don't measure countries by the size. What's important is the way they treat their citizens, how they keep their culture, respect their language, and so on. But this is a lot. So Ukrainian drones at the very start of this week managed to reach distance from starting from 2000 kilometers and finishing with like 1,100 kilometers. That is a lot. Another thing, thank you so much, Stuart. Another important thing is that even in Ukraine, which is much smaller than Russia, you can compare us on a map, but smaller in terms of size, not in terms of, you once again, you've taught me this very beautiful saying, it's not the size of the dog that matters in the fight, but the size of this fight in a dog. So thank you so much. Sorry, thank you. And до перемоги. Glory to heroes, and greetings to Dorset. And so making your opinion just on reading some mainstream media that is often distorted by Russian propaganda, by unfortunately many pro-Russian politicians, people can make very wrong conclusions. Greetings to Florida. And once again, at the very start of this week, 12 Russian regions were attacked by Ukrainian drones. An important reminder, greetings, Iris, that we have reached 12 of their regions that were totally safe, that were totally okay before Putin decided he wants to attack Ukraine. Of course, the plan was not to fight for 3 years and counting. He thought it will be a blitzkrieg. It was a total failure. And then, because of his craziness, he decided to continue and thus destroying Russia, bringing war back to Russia where it belongs. And 12 regions, that's a lot. But what I wanted to say, that being smaller than Russia, in Ukraine, Russian drones do not fly 1,000 kilometers deep inside my country. You may ask me a question, like I live in the west of Ukraine, but we do have Russian drones from time to time visiting us. There are cases, but they do not fly from this Donetsk, Luhansk, and that side of the border. No, they come either from Belarus or from north, and they do not fly that long. Greetings and love to Portugal. So in Ukraine, if Russian drone travels some hundreds of kilometers, it is stopped by air defense. And I cannot imagine a Russian drone traveling 1,000 or 1,500 kilometers without being stopped. And in Russia, there are cases when Ukrainian drones travel and we not come, these drones, they don't come to Russia from, let's say, Belarus or other countries, or from Lithuania or from Germany. Thank you so much, Marcus. And greetings to Memphis. They come from Ukraine. So the Ukrainian drone is able to travel 1,000 kilometers inside Russia without being stopped. What does it tell us about? It tells us about the weakness of Russia. It tells us about the lack of air defense. It tells us about this total outdated kind of their army. There are things that they are prepared to do. There are things they invest in, like various myth assaults. They invite North Korean soldiers. They spend people for nothing. But at the same time, when it is about defense, they are paralyzed. Thank you so much, Eldon. That's nice of you. So that is very, very like primitive to think that Russia is strong if a simple Ukrainian drone can travel that far. And it's not just about traveling. You've seen that at the start of this week, at the start of 2025 in general, we have targeted a tremendous number of Russian oil refineries. And I like it. I will confess, once again, I have begun with that. That typically I think about the start. Thank you so much, Stephen. Thank you for your support. This means a lot. So when I think about the topic of the video, I choose the most important things, and I also focus on Russian vulnerability to persuade those people who doubt that this is, as we have agreed, a toilet paper tiger, or as my beautiful moderators advise, that it's a used toilet paper tiger. I don't want to even imagine that, but anyway. We I was like, I have caught myself on the thought that, okay, I have recorded a video about explosions in Russia yesterday, and then the day before yesterday, and then 2 days ago, and then 3 days ago. And then I start thinking, well, it's kind of routine. You're not interested. Maybe I should switch to some other problems inside Russia or tell you more about Ukrainian challenges. And then I realize this is beautiful because I already feel like there is so many news reports about various explosions and fires in Russia that it may not be interesting for you anymore. Don't you think? Thank you so much to Bal Kane, and thank you for your support to other people. And don't you think this is already huge? The fact that there is too many reports about explosions inside Russia, so I believe you will be bored. Thank you so much, Ken, for your support and your kind words. And this is kind of great. And thank you so much, Duncan. And Richard, we're glad that you're here today with us. And yeah, taking fight to Russia, and it's not just a fight, it's already a full-scale war happening there. Once again, Ukrainian armed forces, after all the violence, all the torture and tragedy that we have seen from the Russian army, remain kind and trustworthy people because we target only legitimate objects like oil refineries, the ones that work for Russian war machine, Russian war economy, and directly against Russian supply of their ammunition. One of my favorite oil refineries targeted this week was one in Engels. I love sharing this story because it actually took like first 5 or 6 days to stop the fire, and after that another strike came and fire renewed, and that was huge. Francois once again shared the name of this city, and it is named after Friedrich Engels. I don't know, happy people, maybe you know nothing about the communist philosophers, but in the Soviet Union, Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels were top celebrities. And in Russia, they have a lot of cities named after these monsters, which is another like argument for those who say, no, Russia is no more communist. No. Russia is very, 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 very communist. And Russia is actually a Frankenstein. And you know what surprises me? very often. Let me know in your in the comments, do you experience that in your countries? But what surprises me very often is that far right parties and far left parties. Aloha to Hawaii from Ukraine. So far left and far right parties, which ideologically share nothing and in normal context are supposed to be enemies to each other, they both can support Russia. And it's surprising that like far left and far right parties actually together support Russia. I was trying to understand how is it possible. And then I've read a book by Peter Pomerantsev where he actually says that, and I once again agree with him like 500%, where he says that Russia is chaos, Russia is a mess, and Russia has like, they don't have a plan, they are not serious about anything. And to some thank you so much, Jazz. Me and algorithm is very grateful. And what we see is that literally every person deeping into Russian BS uh, finds something. And far right people find there's something, and far left people find there's something. And they think that Russia is what they found in it. No, it's a garbage can that has like a lot of different stuff, things. You can find banana rotten, you can find a can, you can find a, I don't know, a dead cat, I'm sorry. And people shape their opinion thinking, oh, I've noticed that, I've noticed. No, I will quote, rooted Crimea is Ukraine, forever Ukrainian, and all the countries understand that. I don't know if you've noticed, but recently Russia signed another agreement with Iran, which is an enemy of most countries who respect human life, and definitely an enemy of the United States. Greetings to Denmark, but they wanted this Iranian government to sign one sentence within that agreement saying that Crimea and other temporarily occupied territories belong to Russia. And you know what? Iranian government, like government, disagreed to do that. So even countries like Iran do not agree with Russian vision of the map. And that is actually, that was a surprise for me, but a good surprise, quite like you don't expect good surprises from Iran. I know that we also have some from Iran. And I was one very much touched one day when I was speaking about very bad life conditions and dictatorships. Thank you so much, Blue Eyes, and other things. And that I had a person saying something like, oh, you don't know what that life is and what are. And I thought like, oh, come on. And then that person explained that they come from Iran. And you realize that, yeah, sometimes like for a woman in Iran, like even wearing different clothes is already a very brave action that can cost a lot. So yes, I like that Robert comment about Elon Musk. So anyway, Russia tried to reshape everything. Russia wanted this war, people supported this war, but now they have it, and they have it also on the Russian territory, with Ukrainian troops in Kursk and with Ukrainian drones reaching literally everywhere. And no, this is not accident, this is not success. You know, so many people keep saying like, well, that's nothing, they have got like 3 kilometers. Some of the kilometers that they get are also important for us, but they are not important like materially or something. But the destroyed oil refineries or the vulnerability of Russia is, oh my God, so very important, because that illustrates that Russia is not dangerous, is not that strong as many people are afraid. Thank you so much, someone, and thank you, Donald, for buying me coffees. And that's time for another lemonade chip, the sip chip. When I was a child, Chip and Dale cartoons, Rescue Rangers was super popular. And so this week, I will come back to this angles because, angles, communists, they distracted me a bit. Thank you so much, Woxpedia. And yeah, Neil, honestly, I don't have idea why people tolerate Elon Musk. I know some people on the channel tell me I should love and respect him because of Starlink, but he does not give anything for free. And I also know from his biography that he's not the author or discoverer of many of the things, that in the majority of cases, he simply bought successful enterprises. And I am on X. You may follow me there because I still think I should be there, even though I totally agree with Anders Bak Nielsen. I don't know if you have watched our interview with him, but I loved it a lot because, and I know that the team of Troll Hunters also liked it because we were talking about a great migration from Twitter, from X to Blue Sky, and our community is 9,000 already on Blue Sky. Come on, let's do 10,000. I know you can do it. And that actually a lot of people demonstrate they don't want to be there. Once again, I'm there for just to be one more Ukrainian voice in case of need, and also to read and measure the size of Musk's madness. Unfortunately, I needed. Oh, thank you so much, Rudy and Philip, for sharing the links. And Martin, maybe you will drop our Discord link too, or Michael, thank you so much, Sean. And I think that, from one point of view, everything is very complex in this world, and everything costs a lot. And I don't mean money, I mean human life or the quality of human life. But what I genuinely believe is that we have too much mm, is too much of like uh there is too much of Elon Musk everywhere, and he posts himself, and there are too many posts of him, like they are everywhere. And I believe he thinks that this is good, but I can tell you that. Thank you so much, Roger. Thank you so much. I know that some people yesterday thought that it's an AI generated video, but that was actually a series that we filmed with Sasha from our Russian Paradox series. I know I don't post them in time, I do it sporadically, but I shared one yesterday because I thought it will be interesting, and also because I was working in Lviv yesterday and I have come back today. So I'm sorry if I look a little bit tired, because I have come from Lviv just like a couple of hours ago. And hello, thank you so much, Rudy. And I shared the video that we had recorded, and we have one more recorded, because these videos I record and edit, and we prepare materials, and Sasha puts it in. And actually we put a lot of effort, time, and literally, and even money to film them, and they don't get that popular among you as vlogs, so I'm sorry for that. Uh, yeah, but it was interesting because I know from the team and so on that some people thought it was an AI generated me. No, it was me. And yeah, so and um, I don't want to promote excrement in videos, as you rightfully say, but observing that X, I can tell you that there is once again too much of Musk. And I think that when there is so much of a person, even if you like that person, but there is so much of that person, you get sick of that. I am a bit of a teacher and I like giving this life experience. Thank you so much, Pat, and thank you so much, Christoph, for your support. And that's coffee in your honor. And thank you so much, Oms. So, what we like, even in personal relations, I don't know if you have friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, and so on. Sometimes you like people and then they are super active and you receive like a lot of information and messages and so on, and you get overwhelmed and you get tired and you cannot, like, yeah, I'm finally back home and I like it. And you don't feel like super okay about that, and even if you like the person, you got tired of that. And I don't like Musk, but there is like so much. He's everywhere. He's commenting everything. He shares the memes and so on. There is too much of him. I don't know what's the English word or comparison, or maybe you have an idiom or something like that. But like, you can't get tired of you. Thank you so much, Paul. That's very sweet of you. But that's because I don't post 12 videos per day. If I would post 12 videos with lots of like comments and so on, prolific or um, overexposed, yeah, overwhelming. And on my top is like Lesa Ukrainka. She is a famous Ukrainian poetess. She was a very self-made and emancipated woman of the 19th and 20th centuries. And she says, never give up. And my university is named after Lesa Ukrainka, and she comes from my region. So that's just the hoodie that shows it. But actually, there is a Ukrainian, like, I don't want to show you my, there is a Ukrainian phrase, роби що хочеш, роби що хочеш, which can be translated as do whatever you want. And I think that's a good advice, but only for wise people. Only if you know that you are wise and you're good, and then then you can do whatever you want. Thank you so much, Tony. And so I think that, like, once again, there is too much of Musk and people will get tired of him. I even have this, like, I wanted to share it somewhere and I will share it with you, that I actually think, will they actually rename Twitter after the collapse of Musk back to Twitter from that crazy X thing? And I think that may happen. And that will be, like, I am, from one point of view, 100% sure of his collapse in some not far away future. Because like, there is too much of him. And I think that, oh, a question to my American viewers, if you don't mind, let me know in the comments right now. Do you think that Trump is already tired from Musk? Because, there's so many memes, and here, even in Ukraine, people believe that Trump is already tired of Musk. I know, like, people, like, a lot, he's stealing his attention or stealing his thunder. So, like, without memes, without, like, I don't want to say that I am, like, trying to see what I want to see. I want your opinion, like, without any judgments, whether you like Trump or not. Are there any symptoms or signals that Trump is jealous or tired of Musk? Because that would be good. Okay, Yoda, do you think that Trump is tired of Musk? It's not about trust. It's just about, like, some people that, like, many people say yes, some people say no. Okay. And I know Yoda is a Trump expert, and he says yes. By the way, I want to tell you another story of resilience today. And you know that today Russia attacked Ukraine with ballistic missiles. You know what is special about ballistic missiles? Um, how do I need to answer this question. Anna, how do you say glory to the heroes in Ukrainian? So in Ukrainian, you know that I end my videos with Slava Ukraini. That's how we say glory to Ukraine, Slava Ukraini. And the answer is glory to the heroes. I know that you have to add the article, but glory to the heroes in Ukrainian, this is Героям Slava. Героям Slava. Quite simple in pronunciation, no weird sounds. So it's interesting that Russia targeted a lot of like ballistic missiles today, and Zaporizhia, Kryvyi Rih a day ago. And today in Kyiv it was a ballistic missile, 4 people killed. And what is bad about ballistic missiles is that they travel very quickly, and you cannot like do anything literally, especially if they are targeted from not that far away. Like they travel 30 seconds, like 3 minutes at maximum. So maybe they will come from like Russia to my city, which is on the other side of Ukraine, like in 3 minutes. What can you do in 3 minutes? Like imagine I'm sitting right now, I am having our stream, and I have 3 minutes to hide. I know that Philip was beautifully joking about me on a treadmill doing 1 mile in 3 minutes, but it's really, really difficult to reach somewhere in 3 minutes. And typically, another bad thing is that with ballistic missiles, sometimes air defense is not able to get it that quickly or even catch that danger. And I have been in Kyiv in the moments when you hear an explosion and then you hear an air raid alert. So explosion comes first, and then comes an air raid alert, because missiles travel that quickly, because we are talking about literally seconds, not minutes. And that is an answer. I actually write about that. Uh, um, Typically, when I hear an air raid alert, everything depends on where I am and what is the situation. If I am in Lutsk, I totally ignore. If I hear explosions in Lutsk, because there are cases like that, I go into the corridor where we have 2 walls, like the rule of 2 walls. And I actually write about that in my book. Someone was beautifully asking, like, I have started sharing it with some publishers, so we'll see. I will keep you updated, but here in Ukraine, we don't speak about anything. I mean, like in details until it is finished. But what I have noticed, there is like Russia will not negotiate. They want to continue. And if we are not in NATO, Russia will continue, because the only reason why Russia does not want Ukraine in NATO, Russia knows it won't be able to continue killing us. And I think that President Trump himself has already understood, 24 hours, then 48 hours, then 100 days, then half a year. Yes, it will be like that. Hopefully, one one demand that I have to Trump is to please. And for example, right now, I have this, I don't know if you can see that, Caesar. Caesar is my crush, but there is an air raid alert for Kyiv right now, 9:38. It's not for Lutsk where I am, but I will show you. It might be interesting for you how it looks. I have this digital Kyiv because I'm often in Kyiv, and so I have it just like a notice on my greetings to Norway. And well, you can literally see How does it look? And this is a day, like the red one is the red rate alert on, and the green one when it's off. And right now we hear this is the information. I don't know if it focuses that I get. So it started at 9:38, and it's in Kyiv right now. And then I have a Telegram group, and in the Telegram group, I can read a little bit more about what is happening. And then I read it, and I hear that it is drones in the direction of like Kyiv. So, greetings to Sweden. This is how it looks. And right now, so in the morning, we had this ballistic attack on Kyiv, on Zaporizhia, a day ago on Kryvyi Rih. They travel really, really fast. And there is obviously nothing you can do. And I feel that many people abroad who don't watch our videos, they have started to think that, um, like, well, you have air raid alerts, you have Patriot systems, you have bomb shelters. Perhaps you can hide and you can survive, and those people who are targeted are the lazy ones who do not go or hide. No, guys. During war, you can be killed like any moment just because you, in our case, because you're Ukrainian and Russia is crazy. And many people believe that it's about something. No, it's a crazy war for a new world order of authoritarian regimes. And unfortunately, I'm now like 100% confident that you will have your opportunity to understand that it was not just about Ukraine. It's not because like Denmark is not attacked somehow because it supports Ukraine. No, because a lot of bad authoritarian regimes are against our good regimes. And Ukraine is just like the first symptom, or actually not the first symptom. Georgia was the first symptom. But it's not just because you supported Ukraine, so you will have problems. No. If we all supported Ukraine better, we could have ended it faster. And the longer it continues, I actually liked, it seems to me, I don't know if you watch this European Resilience Center channel of Serhiy Sumlenny. He has very good thoughts, and once again on Blue Sky and X. And he said that just like you cannot negotiate and you cannot appease or you cannot like freeze Russia, just not freeze cancer. You cannot, he has this very nice metaphor where he says mm, um, like imagine that you have to negotiate with your cancer diagnosis, and you say, okay, I will stop chemotherapy not to like escalate, but you have to it doesn't work like that. You cannot negotiate it with cancer. And Russia is just the same, plus very, very, very like aggressive form, and it spreads unpredictably, just as the can. Actually, it's the best, I'd say, description of the situation. So, when this attack happened in the morning, one metro station suffered. It was not destroyed, and people who were hiding below are okay, but part of the glass doors and infrastructure around was a little bit damaged. And it was Lukyanivska metro station. And next to that metro station, we have a McDonald's restaurant that was the first McDonald's restaurant in Ukraine. It opened in 1997, and it was the first, like the historic McDonald's of Ukraine. And like no one was hurt. By the way, they have really good policy. And when in Kyiv, I have to tell you, of course, many people ignore air raid alerts after 3 years of full-scale war. This is when you're tired. This is the problem with soldiers and so on. you get used to the idea that okay, it may happen, but I cannot like literally hide 5 times during a day, interrupting everything. But very serious companies, they demand their workers to hide, and they actually like threaten this people that you will have problems if something happens to you and you're at work time and you do not hide. So they like very much demand it. And when in Kiev, I always see that like workers of McDonald's, workers of KFC, workers of some banks. In Ukraine, it's Nova Poshta, New Post, and they all hide. So yeah, they like they will open the restaurant soon again because it was not like seriously damaged. Perhaps it's a kind of debris. But I know that like I have experts on the channel who know a lot about how McDonald's really treats people, and that's important. But I also like this chain because it symbolically stayed in Ukraine when even Zara left Ukraine, now returned, and actually that they keep opening new restaurants in times of war. For me, this is a symbol of support. It doesn't have to be always like missiles or drones or something. It can be this trust in the country and desire to stay there. Yesterday, I told you, I know that Yoda, I just like do not disclose personalities. So that's why I did not name you personally. But of course, that's a beautiful story for me. I have a weird taste to what they sell in McDonald's. My favorite thing is fish fillet. I know they don't like selling it, and it's like a weird thing in McDonald's to eat, but yeah. And of course, potatoes, fries. So, what that is very like important, this feeling of support, this feeling of presence, and this gives you trust, like okay, we do not give up on you. I have repeated this a number of times to you that at the start of the full-scale invasion, when lots of these embassies were leaving Ukraine and ambassadors and they were escaping, and I realized it's about saving their lives and saving their workers, but this also made me feel like they don't have hope for a country. And from my personal experience perspective, it would be great if they could like let a couple of people stay, maybe some military people, maybe some guards, but at least create that feeling that they are like present, they are with us, but they didn't. And then when first embassies started returning, that was very beautiful and that was very meaningful for me. And cheers to that. And thank you so much, Renee. You know that like I will just like, I hope you will not unsubscribe after I tell you I don't like ice cream. Like I can eat it. I tolerate ice cream, but I don't like it. Joshua, thank you so much. And I know there are lots of like people who yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like I eat it. It's not that I hate it, but I don't like it. But I also know that many people like ice cream in McDonald's. Thank you so much, Trev. I thought you will tell me I don't like ice cream too. Greetings to Yorkshire. Uh, Shocking. I'm sorry, Pat. Maybe there are some things we still have in common. Yeah, I like sorbet. Yeah. I do. I like this frozen juice and like very savory ice creams if they exist, like berry something. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, someone, and thank you so much, Rudy. Sorbet, yes, I love sorbet. But sorbet is not ice cream. Like, I'm not very much a milk product fan. Like yogurt, yes. Smetana, yes. I'm Ukrainian, but no. I'm sorry. Greetings to Ankara. Honestly, no, I like chocolate, but I like milk chocolate. And I remember my mom Thank you so much, Peter, for your continued support and coffees and your kind words. Uh, I remember my mom saying that like she liked dark chocolate, and she was telling me that like, and the majority people in Ukraine like dark chocolate. And I remember people telling me, mom telling me that when you grow up, you will start liking dark chocolate because that's the chocolate. And I'm, like 1984, and I still like milk or white chocolate, but not dark chocolate. I can once again eat dark chocolate just as I can eat ice cream, but no special pleasure or desire. So, uh, no, I don't have any food restrictions. Like in Ukraine, I will confess, we are less into that. I don't think it's like bad or good, but you will not meet a lot of people who are just like maybe not that advanced into it. But we don't have like, we don't write much information about allergies in the menus. We don't have that many people who avoid, like, I think there is a wave to avoid lactose more. You can find more like lactose free milk, lactose free butter, but about like gluten, it's quite rare. So once again, if I have to be honest with you guys, I can tell you that Ukraine is like the United States or Europe like 60, 50 years ago. 60, 50 years ago. Uh, we like still there are lots of things that like uh, we are open, we're understanding, and at the same time, there are things that we still do the way your like grandparents or parents did. So actually, those who support Trump, they should support Ukraine. We did not introduce, once again, I'm not against that, but we did not introduce any like new pronouns, or we're not that much about allergies. We like, so yeah, so to some extent it's just like, I'm not saying it's good or bad, but like it's just like it is. Um, uh, and remember to like this video. So frozen yogurt is good. Like I like that. I don't like and frozen fruit juice. That's good. Thank you so much, someone, for buying me coffee. Uh, and yeah, so many. I think people like talking about dessert. That's definitely a better topic than Russians. But another thing, I know that Francois has a very good taste for various beautiful dishes. And Philip beautifully reminds us to like the video. And what's my favorite candy? Like, I think we have different candies, like here in Ukraine and the US, because when I get US candies, for example, with peanut butter inside, that's very, very, very exotic for me in Ukraine. And if to speak about the ones, greetings to Norway, is to speak about the ones, once again, if I have to confess whether I'm more sweet or salt person, I'm more into Pringles, I am, hi Spencer, I am more like, if I have to choose, I'm not that like obsessed with sweet food, and it's not like because I care about my weight or something. It's just like the way I uh, like the food. But if we talk about sweet things, might be some cakes, some chocolate stuff, some waffles, something like that. I have discovered one very crazy cookies in the Carpathian Mountains, where I was. It was cowberry or foxberry in the Carpathian, the tea that I was drinking. And this is an insane, like it's a cheap cookies. It's not something like expensive. The one that you can buy in supermarkets. I mean, you don't need to go to a bakery or something. And I tried it, and it was made of like very simple duff, but inside it had, and I know I have some Eastern people in the comments, and you will know it because it's also popular in Ukraine. We're close to you, like halva. Do you have halva? It's made like of uh, sunflower seeds, and it's sweet. It's popular in Turkey, I know, and elsewhere. So this was cookies with halva. Greetings to Kharkiv. That's a beautiful city, and it's so tasty. It's so primitive, but very, very, very tasty. Oh yeah, and AJ knows what that. So yeah, so that I when I tell you, like, if someone would tell me that this is a cookie with halva filling, I would say, doesn't it sounds weird? But when you taste it, oh my god, it's so good. Um, an ice cream sandwich. I am not sure, like with the one that with waffles and chocolate, yes, but if it's something different, then no. My favorite Pringles taste is sour cream and onion. I'm Ukrainian. It has to be sour cream. And of course, I love without no flavor. And cheesy cheese is good. So that's like, and anyway, let's come back to grilling Russia. And that is very important because, once again, I've told you that I was already tired of speaking about fires on oil refineries. I don't know if you have noticed, but for a couple of months, it seemed to me that Ukraine did not target Russian oil refineries. And I was thinking about that because that is actually a very good strategy. We have started targeting them at the very beginning of um, 2024. And in less than half a year, we destroyed close to 20% of their oil refining facilities, which was actually huge. And then, and Joe says, for example, and I noticed that many people did not like, we were talking about that. Why did we stop? Listen to Martin's advice and join Discord group. And then it's good that they renewed. And I did not know what's the reason because we target them with drones. And we don't need a permission to use drones because these are Ukrainian drones. We produce them or we buy them. This is not something that we get from our allies and according to the rules of NATO and so on and so forth. No, we are free to use drones. But then there are always rumors about this bans or like requests from even Joe Biden administration to not do that. And if it's true, I don't know, once again, these may be rumors, this may be conspiracy theories, this may be Russian propaganda. But if we imagine that this is true, then I'm very, very angry because it's just like protecting Russia more than protecting Ukraine in such circumstances. And that is really bad. Greetings, William, to South Dakota, to you and yours. Thank you so much. And this is super, super important to understand that, like, we cannot protect Russian economy, protect Russian oil refineries, protect the Russian military, and hoping that somehow it will end. No, I'm actually happy that maybe this election campaign ended, and there are already some comments that I may read, of course, from Russian trolls, but that's what they try to push. That Ukraine, you better stop destroying oil refineries because the prices can go higher. There are plenty of ways not to make oil prices higher. But I'm sorry, if I have a choice like 100 people killed or 1 cent added to to your even petrol. I choose human lives. And Russia is to blame, not Ukraine. The moment Russia gets out of Ukraine, the war ends. The war ends. And I am sorry if someone is angry that we are still alive and we are still fighting, because sometimes it sounds like that. And during this like first 2-3 weeks almost of the year, we have destroyed a lot of the oil refineries. Anhel, Saratov, Kazan in Tatarstan, in Bryansk, many others smaller that I don't remember the names, but you can actually check the videos, and that is a lot. That is a lot. And whenever we call Big Mac in Ukraine, same as we call Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola. It's just like a borrowed phrase. So, what is very, very important to understand that any problems with prices, with defenses, with cables cut, it's not Ukraine to blame. You cannot blame us that we tried to survive because Russia attacked us. We did not attack Russia. We were living our life. You actually did not know. I don't mean you personally, but many knew nothing about Ukraine. So we did not interfere in your life anyway. And when Russia is out of Ukraine, so never say Ukraine fatigue. It's Russia fatigue. Not Ukraine is to blame, because there were insane things. I feel very sorry for the people who suffered from fires in California. I know I have people from this part of the world too, and I know how it feels and how desperate these moments can be. But it's insane that some people were blaming Ukraine for that. How come? And it's so disproportional, it's so wrong, and it's so dangerous. And I hated that in the speeches of so many politicians, so many others, they once again have Ukraine in the context, and no one speaks about the defeat of Russia, the problems that Russia causes, Russia fatigue, Russia prices. All of that happens because of Russia, not because of Ukraine. Thank you so much, Eric, for your kind words and for your friendship. So I hope that in the months to come, Russian oil refineries will keep burning. That is important. It's not that bad for ecology as bombs that Russia drops on Ukraine. So by letting fuel out, by not letting Russia fuel its bombers, and the oil refinery in Anhels that was on fire for so long was the one that actually served for Anhels 2 military base. So we paralyze their bombers. We actually help it. And once again, the moment, thank you so much, William, the moment Russia is out of Ukraine, this war ends. Thank you so much, Harry. And I watch a number of channels, and there is a good video that actually Philip shared. It seems to me the one about economy lessons, and that is clean up of Russia would be very good. I am ready to invest. I like cheese. So this where we see clear problems inside Russian economy. And by the way, after our stream, there will be a vlog on the channel about the Russian frozen deposits. Is it coming, and what does it mean? And I hope you will like it, because I share some personal experience from my family. Thank you so much, George. And actually, my grandparents, they lost a lot of money when the Soviet Union collapsed and the economy crashed. And if you want to know how much money they lost, watch the vlog after this video. And I'm really grateful that Martin and Philip and Rudy and Spencer keep sharing the links to my social media. You can subscribe, Blue Sky, Discord, Instagram, Threads, and X. And also, I need to warn you that there are scammers on the channel. It's not just my problem. Unfortunately, many of YouTubers and other vloggers and bloggers, they suffer from scammers. They are all about money. And remember, I never invite you to chat. Thank you so much, Hans, and for the support that you give to others. I honestly believe that you can see the difference between me and scammers, because whenever they steal the photo, but they never have Anna from Ukraine, my official name, on that social media platform, they always have a number or something like Miss and so on. When I also see some of the messages, they are with mistakes. In English, I don't make such mistakes. But most importantly, even if I wanted, um, I cannot, like, I have more of such videos. It's Russian paradox, it's Soviet myths debunked. You can look at them in the links. And yes, they keep appearing on the channel. These are the ones that I do with Sasha and with some editing and more work. So please remember, even if I wanted, like, we have a big community, I always answer you in the comments, but I answer like from my official page, and I typically react to what you say. I do not invite you officially. Please remember, I do not invite you to chat privately on WhatsApp or Telegram. And we have a beautiful team of people who try to protect us from all that BS, from all that evil, from all the toxic environment. This is Martin, this is Spencer, this is Rudy, Philip, and Michael. And we do have our separate group where we talk, we share, and whenever they try to protect you, trust them just as you trust me. And also, I never ask for money. You might have noticed that. I'm always grateful for coffees, for sponsorship, that you are my patrons. But you have these links on the page. I never push them into your hands. If I have a campaign with NEFO, or I have something like I want to support a fundraiser, I speak about them on the video and I leave links in the video or as a pinned comment by me. But it's never in a private conversation. Please, please, please be careful. I was very angry recently, and I have shared that in the community tab, because I always, whenever I find them, and recently there was actually a new YouTube channel, Anna from Ukraine Official, with no subscriptions, but I managed to stop it, but that's a problem. Thank you so much, Dan. And recently we had an Instagram account that even linked a donations website. And I feel very bad about that, because these people want to steal your money because they are like, they know you like Ukraine, they know you are an active member of this community, and I feel super bad about that. And I reported about that scammer on Instagram, and like Instagram typically acts Blue Sky, because they appear that too, they report quickly. But what I did not like about Instagram, I have my official account, Anna from Ukraine official on Instagram. I report that Anna from Ukraine 92, something like that, that has lots of my stolen photos and that has my stolen videos, like from today. And Instagram tells me, we do not see that this person impersonates you. Like, literally, that's me. That's the copy of my. So that is why I actually shared this in the community, because typically it's the team of moderators, it's me who are working. We try to stop them as soon as possible. We block them. But sometimes we sleep at night and they may come into comments and they may deceive you. And we did not manage to stop them because we were just like sleeping. And so please just know that. You have, like, for the very super version, you can find my official email on the channel. You can always ask me if you have doubts. Yes, I work with Sasha, but just like for the videos that you saw yesterday, and we work so hard on that videos, and you don't watch them that carefully. So I actually like make them rare. Thank you so much, Alden. Because literally to film a vlog is much easier, and to make a video like yesterday, this is from series Russian Paradox, a Soviet myth debunked, but they have fewer views, and perhaps that's not what you expect from me. That's totally okay, because like once again, I am a person who doesn't like ice cream. And I sleep a lot. Actually, sleep is my superpower, and I sleep quite a lot. Thank you so much, Run Forest, for your continued friendship and support. And well, I will ask you to join me on other social media platforms, because this helps protect people from scammers. Also, because you are there, you are with me, you are sharing with yeah, bloopers. We will do the bloopers sometime soon. And once again, join me on that official pages. All the links are always just in the descriptions of the video. It's not me saying I want to speak with you. I don't. It's even not my style. So remember, just to safeguard, to protect others. Check our merch shop for some good items that work well as reminders and conversation starters. And we still have this offer where you can buy a t-shirt with the name of the Ukrainian months and a calendar with minus 10%, and thus learn a little bit more about like, thank you so much, Pat. I am actually not bad and that like self-control and planning. And honestly, I had this traveling these days, and yesterday I was in Lviv and I returned today. It's beautiful, it's very tasty, but I wanted to be home because I had a little bit too many trips, and I feel like I want to work more and like not in a hectic style. So I'm happy that we will see each other next week, and I'm very grateful for all your words and your comments. And once again, be careful, trust the moderators as I trust them. They are perfect. And I want to thank Trev, who's a great friend, and Eric and Francois and Michael, and of course Rudy and Martin and Spencer and Philip, and once again Michael, and all of you who spend this time with me, and Yoda. And remember to watch one more video about frozen Russian deposits and how many did my grandparents lose. I'm speaking about that in that easy mode because it happened like more than 30 years ago. But believe me, back in my childhood, that was one of number one topics. Why did you keep all that money in the Soviet obligati, I don't know, like stocks? And it was just like a very popular discussion, because that was a big sum of money. So anyway, I was really happy to see you. Now I feel like I'm finally home because I'm with my family, with you, with my friends, and I'm so grateful that I have you and that you show up for this conversation. Thank you so much, Johnny, that you show up for these conversations from different corners of the world. Somewhere it's just Monaco, Australia, New Zealand, and it's already like the Sunday actually, and in many countries it's still like very much Saturday, but we are so close to each other, and I'm very grateful that we are a community that you love, respect each other, that beautiful moderators protect us from those who represent the agonizing Russian Empire. And remember to check the video about the frozen deposits. Love you so much, and thank you so much for spending this evening in Ukraine with me. Slava Ukraini!